IL-2 1946 cat launch carrier qualification. All right, let's set up the carrier qualification. We're going to use the Coral Sea map, and let's go into the objects, and we're going to go to ships, and we're going to scroll down to American carriers. There's quite a few of them. And we're going to go with the Casablanca CVE 55. It's a light aircraft carrier, and we're going to give it waypoints, but first we'll put it on the map. Control and click on the mouse. There's our ship. And we're just going to place it right there. And if we zoom in, we can make out the ship. There it is. And we're just going to give it one waypoint. We're heading from south to north. And let's look at the waypoint. And let's take a look at this. 50 kilometers per hour. And this is the reason I'm setting it up this way, because in the mission, the training mission, it's not going as fast as it should be. It's only going like 12 knots or something like that. Uh, you can change it here, 56. Let's see if it keeps it. And it does. So it'll go even a little faster. So 56 is about 30 knots. All right. Now, another important thing is the conditions. Okay. So we're traveling north about 30 knots, and we need a headwind. You always hear that turn her into the wind. So it'll get its maximum performance for carrier takeoff. So let's change the weather to poor. It's rough seas, just looks better. Now the wind direction, 0 degrees. So it's about opposite. So 0 degrees meaning it's going from north to south. So that's our headwind. And wind speed, we're going to go with just 10 meters per second. And that should effectively give us about 40 miles per hour takeoff speed just on the carrier deck without any movement. All right, let's unselect that, and then we're going to get our aircraft ready. Aircraft, we're going to go with the US F4F. Let's scroll down here. US Navy, F4, F3. Now, again, control click on with the mouse. Uh, one aircraft, player's aircraft, skin. I just like the Operation Torch, or you can just use the standard skin. Um, let's go with Operation Torch. Now, on the properties, we'll make it, of course, U.S. Navy. USN, there we go. Okay, I'll look at the aircraft again. Player selected, and you can see that that Russian red star is gone. So it's all Navy, Operation Torch. Let's go to the waypoint, and we're going to change it to takeoff. Takeoff, but real important, we're going to connect it to the aircraft carrier. So we're going to put target, target set, and then move this crosshair over the aircraft carrier. Click it, and it'll say USS Casablanca. All right, so it'll be on the carrier flight deck. If not, it will just fall off in the water. And we're just going to give it one waypoint. And that's all we're going to need for now. Okay, file, save, single. UN is for US Navy. And we'll just give it a mission, carrier qualification. All right. Let's go ahead and play the mission. But before we do so, we want to map some keys. So we're going to go into the controls. And what we want to do is have our chocks, wheel brakes on and off. So let's scroll down here. Flaps up and down, we're going to use those, though they are the flaps up, the F key and the V key. I have them set for buttons on my joystick. Gear up and down, G. The Wildcat is manually gear up and down, so I have, again, keys on my stick set. And wheel brakes, but we want to get the wheel chocks. Wing fold, but not for this particular aircraft. Okay, this one right here, very important, because it also controls the catapult. So again, I have this set to a button on my joystick, but you can use map it to a key, binding, whatever you want. Okay, so let's go back to the mission. And we're on the deck of the carrier. Let's take a look. And you can see we're going into the wind, rough seas, white caps, flight deck, all ready for takeoff. So let's look at our aircraft again. Now, on some game modifications, you won't actually see the chocks, but just in case you do, they're right there. And let's start our engine. Let's lower our flaps with the V key. The radial engine's a hard starter. Okay, now we're gonna just look from the exterior F2 view, but you can do it from the pit view as well. But we'll want to show the lineup for the catapult. Or on a large carrier, you can take off from the rear of the flight deck. All right, so we're gonna remove our chocks and let's lock our tail wheel. Give it a little bit of throttle. And you can see we want to go right up to the yellow shirt. And we're going to line up with the catapult. We just need to get close. All right. Now once we're close, let's move a little bit more. All right, we're gonna hit the chalk ski again, and you can see the plane automatically moves up to the Cat 1 position, and it's all lashed down. Some versions of the game do not show the lashing. All right, now we're gonna power up 100%, and then we're gonna remove the chocks again, and that's automatic catapult launch. Chocks off, and we're airborne. And it's a good day to be a naval aviator. All right, we're gonna complete the qualification by trapping on the deck, landing our aircraft successfully with the tail hook down, and we're gonna keep our configuration. We're gonna leave the gear down, the flaps down, and we're gonna do a gradual left-hand turn after we pass the flight deck. And it's like a racetrack configuration. So it's going to be a long looping turn. Minimal throttle, maybe 50%. And we're going to turn all the way into the carrier and get lined up with the aft part of the flight deck. And want to make sure we get that tail hook down. That's Shift G key, Shift G. And we're going to perform a shallow approach. And we're going to get a better view by getting into the gun sight. The Shift F1 key, Shift F1, gets you really good vision. And you want to line your gun sight up on the forward end of the flight deck. That's your lineup. Slow descent. We want to come in about 100 miles an hour. And it's going to seem a little counterintuitive, but we're descending, but we're lightly pulling up on the stick to get that nose up. And it takes a lot of practice. Once you're over the flight deck, give it a little throttle and pull the stick all the way back so your tail wheel hits first. Now we got a great trap. We made it. Look at that. Once a nugget, now a brown shoe. Look at us. All right, guys, this does take a lot of practice. I've been doing it for a lot of time. Patience, and just keep at it, and you'll finally get the hang of it. Well, guys, I hope you give it a try. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching this how-to video. Like, hate, subscribe. Taxi up to the #1 catapult. Hit your chocks key. And bolt up to that shooting position. Look at that. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you up again soon.